Hi, host Eric here, host of Talking with Famous People. And this morning, I'd like to talk about pathology. I just watched, I'm not actually done watching it yet, but watched about half so far of the gender sexuality video with Zach, and feminism video. And I was struck by some things in general. I think there's, number one, I think there's a mistake that we all tend to make when we're talking about stuff like this, which is the mistake that somehow we need to impact it. Like, what's wrong with these wrong feminist ideas beyond the fact that they're wrong? And then Zach made the argument, and I think it's a great argument to use, and we're going to use it in debate. I'm going to be using it from now on, this pathologize as a verb. It's not something I was unfamiliar with. It's not something I really use that much. But now that you've made the argument, I realize it's a good way to impact things in debate. But it actually doesn't really mean much unless it actually is true, which is, here's something that's pathologized. Body weight's been pathologized. We have a name for it. Obesity. You could say that maleness has been pathologized, and we have a name for it, ADD, except I don't think that correlates with maleness. I think that correlates with ENTP and ENFPs. Something else that's been pathologized is addiction, or consumption of intoxicants, I guess you could say. Regular consumption of intoxicants has been pathologized. This is pathologized. Not a habit, it's an addiction. I think it does matter the status of something in people's minds, very much. So, you'll notice all the resistance I get for my arguments on the DMV. And I argue that's because it's normalized. So it does matter whether something's normalized or pathologized. But something like these feminist arguments, they are not actually pathologizing maleness. They are frankly, sometimes they're making ridiculous claims. Like 1 in 4 women is raped on a college campus. It's ridiculous. I mean, it can't possibly be true, right? I don't think so. It couldn't possibly be true. 25% of women getting raped? It's nuts. So, certainly you see individual things that make you mad about stuff related to this. I read an article on Reason, I'll link to it here in this video, and it was about a couple. Well, I mean, you have to read the article. It's ridiculous. The school basically said, oh, student, like team manager or whatever, you had sex with an athlete on this team, and then they basically kicked the guy out of school and did all kinds of crazy shit. And the girl was saying, "No, he didn't rape me. We're becoming a couple here. This is working out. We're doing well." And they said, "Nope, he raped you," and kicked him out of school. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, and there, I mean, it's like there's nothing there. It's not like she was covering for that. Not that there was any hints of anything. They just sort of ignored entirely what she said, what he said, and kicked him out of school. So anyway, I mean, obviously, when shit like that happens, it's awful. And that's an example of wrong arguments going unchallenged. I guess you could say it's the example of criminalizing, in some sense, normal sexual behavior. But I wouldn't call it pathologizing because it doesn't make it into a disease. Um, it's a good metaphor, though. I want to use it even when it's not a disease. That's a good way to put it. Right? It's another word to use. Make them make the distinction. That's the key thing. Make them make the distinction. Rule number 1 in debate. Pin those fuckers down. Rule number 1. Same thing. Make them make the distinction and pin those fuckers down is the same thing. Once you got them pinned to something, to a few sets of words, that's all you need, a couple of sentences. Get them pinned to them, though. Yes, I agree with these sentences. It's harder than you think. Once you haven't pinned to anything, round's over. Because you can work from that. Anyway, that's what I have to say about pathologizing. Thanks for watching.